I used to feed all of my cats dry food just because that's what I thought cat food was. And unfortunately, they all suffered. Diabetes, kidney disease, liver failure, cancer, obesity, and the list goes on. Our last cat, 𝉉𝐄𝐄𝐄, was only 3.5 years old when he was put down, kidney failure. I also worked as a cat sitter for 3 years with hundreds of cats, and I realized it wasn't only my cats who suffered. What was the common theme? Kibble. Our little 𝉉𝐄𝐄𝐄 was the push that I needed to become a clinical pet nutritionist, and now I know that our cats need a high moisture, high protein, low carb diet to not only survive, but thrive. This diet matches our cat's natural diet of whole prey, and the best way to mimic this indoors is to feed whole prey and/or a balanced raw diet. I've fed all types of raw diets, and I've adjusted based on Jericho's needs and his preferences. There is a blog post in the description and in the pinned comment, and that includes links to all of the products, the recipes, and all of the guides that I'll talk about in this video. So about half of Jericho's diet is whole prey and DIY. Jericho eats mice, day-old chicks, hamsters, and extra small quail. I love feeding whole prey because it's what our cat's feral counterparts eat. It's the most natural cat food, but on top of that, the bones are small and soft enough for Jericho to chew, so he gets the mental stimulation and the teeth cleaning benefits from chewing on whole prey. I used to feed DIY raw meat bones, but Jericho got a dental and had teeth extracted, so I don't feel comfortable feeding chicken bones anymore. But I will add adult quail to his diet next, since those bones are a bit larger than mice and day-old chick, but still small and soft enough for him to chew. I buy whole prey from Cold Blooded Cafe because they have a lot of variety in prey species and age, and I use Positive Prey cat meal formulator to formulate this part of Jericho's diet because her formulator actually includes whole prey. Jericho's superfood supplements are a healthy skin and coat topper recipe that I put together. It includes oysters, sardines, coconut oil, collagen, and spirulina. I am making adjustments to this as I'm still fine-tuning how to balance whole prey. And right now I'm using coconut oil for fat since whole prey is very lean, but I will probably move to animal fat instead. Unfortunately, whole prey data is limited, so some nutrients appear low in the diet, but it's just because we don't have data for those nutrients. So I'm just using these whole foods to make up for the data that we don't have. Another part of Jericho's DIY diet is that I make my own cat treats. I just started with my salmon cat treat recipe, and Jericho absolutely loves these. I break them up into smaller pieces and hide them on glass jar lids for hunting around the apartment. This is one of Jericho's favorite routines. It gets him active and it's a lot of fun. The other half of Jericho's diet is pre-made raw. I stopped doing as much DIY raw just because it's easier to meal prep whole prey with pre-made raw. And I also want to celebrate the fact that there are so many more excellent raw brands making cat food today. There weren't as many options when I first started 7 years ago, so I want to support them and my local pet store. I'm feeding Quest frozen raw nuggets, both pork and beef, and SmallBatch raw duck sliders. I like both of these companies because they use whole food ingredients to balance the recipe. SmallBatch has a lot of protein options for cats. Quest doesn't have as many options, but they still have a good variety. SmallBatch sliders are each 1 ounce, and the Quest nuggets are very small and easy to work with. I really love this combination because whole prey vary in weight, so the smaller portions of raw make meal prep really easy. I buy Quest and SmallBatch at a local pet food store, but you can buy Quest online if you can't find it locally. You can use my discount code to get 25% off your first order. That's code Jess Caticles. And again, that link for all of these products and everything is in that blog post in the description. You can buy SmallBatch freeze-dried raw complete food on Amazon in Chewy, but you'll have to find their frozen raw or gently cooked food on their website store locator. I also buy SmallBatch freeze-dried blue mussels and pork liver treats from Chewy and at my local pet food store. So your cat's raw diet plan should just be based on what works best for you and your cat's needs. I like whole prey because of the chewing and it's natural cat food, but it is a more costly option than pre-made raw or DIY raw. Plus I have to order it online, so I do buy it in bulk and it takes up half of the freezer is dedicated to Jericho anyway. Pre-made raw is really easy and convenient, but it does cost more than DIY raw. DIY raw is the most cost-effective option, but you're going to spend more time buying the ingredients and putting it together. But all raw feeding styles are very easy once you have a good plan in place, and you don't have to do 100% of one of them. You can just fine-tune and figure out what works best for you. It's been years and I'm still fine-tuning Jericho's diet. Join my Cozy Cats newsletter linked below to get a bunch of cat food resources and goodies so you can find out which raw diet plan is best for you. Thanks for watching.